So the decentralized financial world has a lot of financial magic, a lot of magic stuff going on, magic, but it's real. It's just different. It's exotic compared to this traditional world. And for you that are watching this, like, congratulations on being involved in this. Like, this is the future. This is just as much of the future as the internet was when people were talking about the internet in the beginning. It was just as much of the future as people who were talking about computers in the beginning. You know, you'd have people like Steve Jobs talking about computers, Bill Gates, right? And people from IBM. And the people from IBM, they're so old school that they couldn't serve new people. But you see, like, even people like Steve Jobs were laughed at because you know, they were laughed at because people couldn't see the future. Now take this for example. Take this iPhone, right? Here's my iPhone. I do my iPhone completely naked. I don't care if I drop it. I think they're sexy. They're beautiful. But the amount of technology in here takes crazy knowledge in changing the rules. So if you were to hear about a device like this 50 years ago, you'd have been like, that's impossible. So the fact that you're in DeFi today, you're in a great position. You're in a great position to be in decentralized finance because we can change the rules. And the Genius stability pool here does that. It changes the rules. It is definitely the most novel thing in Genius. So I'm going to have to read from some notes here. This will be in the white paper soon, maybe by the end of the week. But the Genius stability pool is a system where people can borrow Genius tokens in the form of a minted advanced miner. End users must put up collateral in order to borrow the newly issued Genius debt, and that collateral is decided and approved by the OA grantor. So basically, the origin address can approve collateral. The origin address, by the way, can change itself to be a different address, which can be a DAO, can be a smart contract in the future. And really, that's the idea behind it, if that happens. So instead of what this means is, you know, a lot of things change tokenomics, like tokenomically, economically. A lot of things change economically from something like this. So if you have a current understanding of Genius from the white paper, the stability pool can sound like, whoa, how are you going to manage all those changes and what's going to happen? Oh, it was done. In fact, so what the stability pool does, let me just tell you the magic of it instead of the details. What the stability pool does is it's able to offer collateral to people. Well, it does two things. One, it incentivizes people to put collateral into the Genius smart contract. How does it do that? Well, let's say the open market price of Genius is $1 per Genius, right? The stability pool will have a certain price for Genius that it will offer to sell you Genius for. So for example, you can buy Genius on Uniswap. And let's say the price after fees comes to $1.02. And you look at the stability pool, and the stability pool says, hey, give me collateral, and I'll give you Genius for an average price of $1.10. You're gonna be like, $1.10? No, that's okay, I'll buy it from the market. I get a better deal from the market. Okay, get a better deal from the market. So, you know, nobody's gonna take a worse deal. So how the stability pool incentivizes people to deposit collateral or to buy Genius from the stability pool is the price that is offered slowly decays over time. And eventually, as it slowly decays, it gets to a price that is lower than the market price. So eventually, you go to the Genius app. You see on Uniswap, cool, I want to buy some Genius today. The open market, it's $1 per Genius. The price isn't going to start at $1, but it'll get there. I think it will. We'll see. But then you look at the stability pool, and the stability pool is telling you, hey, give me collateral, and I'll give you all the Genius you want. Well, there's a certain limit for an average of 96 cents. Or for an average of $1. And you're looking at the open market. The open market's $1. But, you know, let's say you're a whale and you wanna buy like $5 million worth of Genius. You can't always do that without moving the price up, and especially in the beginning. So the open market value, $1, might buy $5 million worth of Genius, moves it up to $1.20, moves it up to $1.05, $1.10, whichever. The stability pool will tell you, hey, yeah, you can buy up to 10 million. Give us $10 million of collateral. And the stability pool will issue you Genius that is, let's say, an average of $1. So it's a huge deal. Now, this huge deal, you might think like, any problems you think of, let me just promise you they're solved. So if you have any questions on this, please post the questions into Telegram, and I'd love to answer these. Oh, let me see something here for that. I'm just going to let you all know in the room as well. Okay. All right, so the stability pool, so now a lot of benefits happen from this. One, there's now like $5 million of liquidity available. But what about this extra Genius supply? Isn't that going to be a problem? Or what about these extra rewards and inflation, the 4 point whatever percent per year? Isn't that going to become a problem? No, because this Genius is considered debt. So it's a long story, but basically, instead of it becoming a problem, it becomes more of a solution. And so the stability pool, it'll tell you, hey, give me collateral, and I will give you Genius in the form of a miner. So, you're mining with it. You can't just dump it on the market. And so basically, you get a better deal for your Genius miner. And your rewards that you get are Genius rewards. And when you're miner, there's a different rule. You're going to love to see this in the white paper. But you can't end a miner early if it is collateralized. And other cool stuff. So there's an incentive for people to put collateral into the stability pool. And there's an algorithm, very simple algorithm, that moves the price of what people can buy this Genius for, or how much Genius they get by putting collateral into the stability pool. And one of the functions of that is, if there's extra selling pressure on the open market, people are selling Genius, they can also use the stability pool to gain that value. But here's one thing that happens. And here's one thing that happens. Let's say the market rate here dropped to 90 cents. Or, let's say it didn't drop. Let's say over time, just from this collateral, like getting locked up and stuff, and people putting in more collateral at a higher price than the market because it was more economical. Let's say the stability pool is going to give you $1.20 for any of the Genius that you give it. So you have Genius, you have liquid Genius, and the stability pool, where it once tells you, hey, here's how much you can buy Genius from the pool, it also tells you, here's how much you can sell your Genius to the pool, and here's how much you'll get.